The Tomorrow People, episode 5, titled Sorry for Your Loss. This is a really good episode. We finally got, Russell's backstory, which I thought was really, it's about time we got some, a really good episode with Russell because I feel like him as the funny character, even though he's like the comic relief of the show, he hasn't really had a time to shine, really, except for a couple of random moments where he fights or, says a one liner. But this entire episode, or at least half the episode, was him dealing with his past, and we got to see his backstory. And he had the sort of typical Asian upbringing with a stern father who wanted him to be famous for being a pianist. And we see he was a really good piano player, and he actually did love that. But his father kind of pushed him too hard, into that lifestyle because he wanted him to be rich and famous for doing that. And it was just really cool to see that was his upbringing, and he naturally speaking, wasn't that person, and he got into a lot of trouble. And it was really good to see how things sort of progressed between him and his father to the point where his father did accept, him for who he was, and he also accepted the fact that his father, he pretty much accepted his father's apology, which would be hard not to do after he, gets his fingers broken with a hammer. But it was a really good, like, I really loved that part of the episode. The entire episode I think was really well done. But getting to learn Russell's backstory and him dealing with his father's death and being scared to even just go home because of the life he left behind and the life he had before he even left. He was worried about what he could possibly do at this point to even be like a good son, pretty much. So I love that, just him dealing with his powers, him dealing with his father, and his father, protecting him at that one point, when like the mobsters come in and stuff. It was a really, I thought it was really powerful, to be completely honest. I really loved it. And, the ending when he like says goodbye to his dad was really good too. And, he does the final show for his dad, and his dad's really proud of him, and then he just, waves goodbye and teleports away. And that's, how he leaves. And, then the 5 years happen. But that was, really, really well done. I love that. And then, the other half of the episode I also really loved, which was, Steven helping a new Tomorrow person. I always forget what they call them, outbreaks or outbreakers, I guess. He's helping her, and then he finds out that it's his partner's sister. And, how that played out was really well done, too. I mean, it was sad that she died, which I didn't really want. I was hoping that, they would basically just teleport away. I thought it would be pretty simple. They could teleport away, and she would say like, "Oh, I lost her," or she didn't show up. But I guess that's why she didn't say they didn't show up, because she knows they'd have someone, who could read signals or signatures or whatever they call them. And she gets busted, and she pulls a gun on the guy, or she takes the guy's gun, I guess. And when she shoots that first guy, they kill her, and it was sad, but also it was really, really well done, because this person who was, Steven's partner through these past couple episodes after the first guy died, it seemed like, she'd be the one to mentor him and, teach him how to work in Ultra, and that's what she was doing. And then when, her family's involved, she ends up getting killed off, which really sucks because, he's going to have a new partner now, at some point, I'm sure. But I kind of, I don't say I liked her character because she was a bad guy, but I guess I could say that because it's a TV show. But she was kind of growing to me as a character, and it seemed like she would be really important to the show. But unfortunately, she did get killed off in this episode. But her sister is now in the show, and I don't think they're gonna leave that behind. I think she'll really become a main part of the show now. So it'll be cool to see her sort of work with Steven and kind of deal with the fact that she lost her sister and stuff. I think it'll be a pretty good storyline if they do decide to, bring that back. But I thought it was really well done, and them dealing with this new girl leads to Steven and Cara kind of getting together. And the end of this episode, they just teleport off to, I guess, have sex. So we'll have to see how that plays out, because I didn't see that coming. I thought it was just going to be like, sort of the tease where, they make out again, and then that's kind of it. Or, they make out, and then she kind of pushes him away, or he decides to stop. But no, they keep going, and, they just teleport away because they have feelings for each other, which was obvious from like episode one. And I didn't expect it to be so quick where they would end up together or have this moment, but you know once John comes back, there's gonna be conflict because there's no way they'd be able to just keep that a secret forever. And of course, that type of thing just never happens in TV shows because that just destroys a good chunk of drama that you can make. So he's gonna find out somehow at some point. But there's so many things that led to that. Just them, just being who they are. Steven coming in as the new guy who's like, we should do this and do that, and also Cara finding out that John can kill people. It just created so many barriers between them, and then so many barriers, I guess, were broken through between Steven and Cara in this episode. So who knows what the heck's gonna happen with them, but that'll be interesting to see, and we'll have to just see how that plays out. But I love the episode. Um, like I said, loved Russell's portion. The favorite part was definitely getting his backstory. Just getting an episode with him in it, and we got I enjoyed the fact that his past, like his flashback, was a completely different side of him because I feel like everyone else was fairly similar. Like they changed, of course, but it was mostly just like, hey, I got powers, I'm now controlling that. But for Russell, I feel like he was just a completely different person because he was, submissive to his dad and stuff, and his actual personality is the exact opposite of that. So it was like, with everyone else, it was just a gradual transition from I'm this person without powers to I'm, slightly different with powers. And Russell was just like the complete opposite. So it was great to get him. And, like I said, there's Steven and Cara is going to be great. And Steven and Ultra is going to definitely change, since his partner died. And they'll have to figure something out with that. I'm sure he'll have a lie to come up with. But, he's not the only one keeping secrets at Ultra because we find out in this episode that Jedediah is with a woman who has powers and he's keeping her safe because he loves her. So just once again, all types of crazy stuff going on with Ultra. Like the leader is the Tomorrow person, Jedediah, who like wanted to kill his own brother but loves this woman and probably didn't kill his brother, don't know. He's with this woman and we have to figure out who she is. I mean, her name's Morgan, that's all we get. I don't know. It's just like they give us little hints and leads. We just have to wait and see. But that was an amazing episode. Some great stuff. Love, like for the third time, love Russell's backstory. It's my favorite part. So comment below. Let me know what you thought. Favorite parts, least favorite parts. Are you sad that Steven's partner in Ultra died? Do you not really care? Because like I said, I thought she'd be, basically through the rest of the show where she would just kind of be his tutor in Ultra, and then at some point maybe, I thought she'd actually turn in this episode. I thought, that's how they'd play it out, and then, when they're actually at the bar, she obviously just, sides with Ultra in the beginning at least to, have them take her sister's powers, and then she changes at the end. So I was kind of hoping she'd end up working with Steven, but probably get killed off, I guess, a little bit later. So not, not this season, but in the future. But she's been killed off. So what do you guys think of that? And just where do you guys think the show's gonna go now with all the stuff that's happened? His partner died. He's been with Cara, or he's with Cara. I don't know. Where do you guys think the show's gonna go? I guess not next week, because if you saw the preview, it seems like it was kind of gonna be a one-off type of thing. But I'm sure that was just for the preview. That'll be the main story, but I think the side story is still gonna focus on Steven and Cara and John. So comment below, let me know what you guys thought, and thanks for watching.